Hey you guys, I am Dr. Cade and I'm sitting here with Coach Cason. So many people right now are dealing with immune struggles. Coughs, colds, sicknesses, whether it's sinus, whether it's lungs, whether it's whatever, right? Yeah. People are dealing with it. Tis the season, sure. Yeah. Tis the season, right? And so what we want to do is just give you a couple things that you can start working on at home. And so what we're going to start the video with is things not to do. And then, again, we can finish that up again with things that people can do at home. So I'm going to start out the don't list. Don't suppress your symptoms. A fever is a good thing. Fever isn't a bad thing, right? Our body, nobody had to teach us how to do a fever, right? We didn't learn it somewhere, right? It's not doing it by accident. Your body's smart. It's not stupid. It's going through these symptoms for a reason. Yep. It's raising the temperature up to kill things off, right? Why are we coughing? We're coughing to get stuff up and out of our lungs, right? So symptoms are a good thing. Listen to your body and respect them and try to go beyond them. Try to give your body support instead of, again, just suppressing them. Even though that's the easier thing to do, isn't it?
Sure.
It sure is.
We want to freak out.
Yeah, we do.
We want to get scared.
And we want life to go back to normal, whatever that means, right?
Yeah,
but usually that's a sign that, hey, maybe you're pushing it a little bit too hard, right?
Yeah.
So anything else you want to say on don't suppress symptoms?
Well, it's happening for you.
Yeah.
It's not happening to you, so.
I love that. Well, what are the other don'ts? What are the other things people need to stay away from?
Well, this goes along to it's happening for you and not to you is don't stress, don't stress out. I mean, that's hard not to do because when we get sick, our first instinct is like, oh, what's wrong with me?
Yep.
What do I got to go get checked out.
Ask Dr. Google, what does this mean? What does this mean? Yep.
So we're just over analyzing those symptoms, so don't stress. Yep. Don't stay inside, if possible, get outside.
Why?
Get vitamin D.
Love it.
I think you're probably going to talk about that.
I might. I like that you're stealing my thunder here.
But no, we can get that vitamin D from the sun, so don't stay inside. Don't stay up late, get some sleep. This kind of is a little bit of a paradox, but maybe you need to rest. Maybe you don't need to go outside, and maybe you need to take a day off or say no to some things that, your body needs to say no to.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it for me. Is there one more?
I don't know. I know
you got something.
We usually will have cravings when we're sitting at home. When we're feeling bad for ourselves, we're feeling sick, we usually have some pretty nasty cravings. So watch out for the dairy, the bread, the pasta, the rice, the ice cream, right? The sweets, all of those comfort foods.
Sure.
Right? Those things will also impede immune function and just make it last longer. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, it'll make it last longer. So
yeah, you're feeling terrible, right? So your body wants to feel this good emotion, so it's going to reach for that bag of Oreos.
It's interesting that you chose that. I wonder if that's going to be in your stocking for Christmas. Okay, let's talk about the things to do, right? So I'm going to just jump into supplements, and I've got a handful of things that I'm going to talk about here. So first one is going to be vitamin D. And again, Cason talked about vitamin D. And so if you're not feeling up to getting out in the sun, or you just don't feel like you're getting enough from the sun, then you can always supplement with vitamin D. And we like this one. This one is just straight vitamin D. There's no vitamin K in it. And so we typically high dose vitamin D when we're sick. And so again, we want to avoid dosing up with K on that too. I really like this brand. It's called Vitamin D to the Rescue. They give a portion of all of their sales to sex trafficking victims. I think it's phenomenal. It's great quality. This stuff is great. And again, if you're dosing up to support your immune system, don't hesitate to go up higher with vitamin D for a short period of time. There shouldn't be any issues with that supporting your system, and your body's going to utilize it quickly for immune function. So the next one is going to be vitamin C. This is a brand, Seeking Health, that we really like. It's a liposomal brand. It's a little bit more expensive being liposomal, but it means that you're going to absorb more of it. You're going to absorb it quicker. And so we've talked with people dosing as high as taking 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C every hour, and sometimes even quicker than that. And there's research that shows that the sicker you are, the more readily available your body's, though I should say that the more efficiently that your body's going to absorb that vitamin C, right? Of course, there's something called bowel tolerance. If you take too much vitamin C at one time, it's going to flood. Ooh, that's a good way to put it. Have you patented that yet? That's pretty good. Disaster
that's
pants.
Dave Asprey. That's the bulletproof diet.
Is it? I thought it was maybe in the small print on the back of the bottle. So just make sure that you're spreading that dose out evenly throughout the day. And again, your body's going to use that quick. So the next thing I'm going to talk about are maybe some heavier hitters that you can have around in the medicine cabinet. These are things that you don't need to be taking all the time. But again, when you are sick, these are great options. So we recently started using this one. It's called Transfer Factor Multi-Immune. And it's from Research Nutritionals. I'm really impressed with this. There's some colostrum, there's some beta-glucan, there's some green tea extract, some pomegranate, zinc, selenium. You're pretty much hitting everything there, which is awesome. And so again, all three that I've talked about so far are fantastic, regardless of what sickness that you're dealing with, because again, we're not treating symptoms. We're helping the body, giving the body building blocks to return to health and overcome the challenges that it faces. And I just think that's the much smarter way of doing things than it is of treating the symptoms.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
And so the last one, I'm going to show you this one that says organ complex, and that's not really what I want to talk about, but I do want to talk about taking Animalglandulars to help support your immune system. And so many of you have heard that my 3-year-old daughter has been dealing with cancer in her left eye. And so we have her on an animal glandular from a company called Heart and Soil. It's called Histamine and Immune. And there's bone marrow, there's thymus, there's pancreas, there's a handful of different organs that are in that. And we just open up the capsule and give it to her. She eats it, no problem, which is really cool. But it helps those organs. It's literally the perfect multivitamin for those organs to repair and to regenerate and have enough gusto, right, to kick off that sickness and not let it linger around. And so we have her on it on a daily basis to support it because of what she's going through. But for you, if you're just dealing with a cough or a cold here and there, take it, put it back in the medicine cabinet, and don't touch it unless you need to. So that's a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
It is a lot. I mean, I think we're just scratching the surface. There's always more things that you can do, right? Yep. Garlic at home, right? Epsom soaks. I mean, do you want to talk about anything else on this list that we've got?
I always go to ginger.
Love it.
Like just the root of ginger and get that spice in there.
Potent anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, I have a question about vitamin D.
Okay, ask away.
Because I said get outside, right? Mm-hmm. And that's vitamin D. So what if I'm able to get outside? Do I need to supplement more vitamin D?
I think that's fantastic, right? So I don't know how you want me to answer this because we didn't rehearse this before the video here. I really think that vitamin D should be based off of somebody's lab work, right? And so if you're using that, whether it's a supplement or using it to optimize your level, I think that's what it should be.
Sure.
But again, in a time of need, don't hesitate to supplement and get some more.
Right.
Your body's going to use what it needs and get rid of what it doesn't in a time like this.
Cool.
So you have any other thoughts?
No, I love it. If you don't test, you don't know.
Yeah, it's very, very true.
So.
Okay, well, that's immune system. If any of you have any questions or we missed something or you want a more targeted answer perhaps to what you or your family is dealing with, don't hesitate to reach out. We always do a free 15-minute consult and we'll do our best to give you the information that we can. And if there's something that we don't know, we'll help you try to find the right place. So I'm Dr. Cade, and again, this is Coach Cason. Thanks for reaching out to us at LifeStrength Health Center in Naples, Florida. Have a wonderful day.